Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the much anticipated episode on Bias Football Takes. I'm your humble host, Oluwaseun. I'm riding alone today. I don't have anybody with me. United just lost, so I want to just leave this moment alone. But unfortunately, we have someone that's begging to be on this show for like almost 3 seasons now. I have to be my fellow United fan in here.
Thank
Let
you.
us let us give him a warm welcome. Chubby, how's it going now?
I do. I mean, we just.
Welcome.
Thank
Wait,
you.
we don't want any Arsenal fan talking on this on this episode.
No, I'm just
But
welcoming
yes,
you now. Welcome.
yeah, we have in-house Arsenal fan, a trophyless season Arsenal fan in the house too with us. uh Anyway, Chibi. So for those that don't know Chibi, we go way back since 2015, and funny enough, before I met him, I was already friends with his cousins, and I didn't even know. I only got to know after I graduated. I'm like, you know this person? They're like, yeah. Oh wow, small world. And it's so funny the way the US is. Everybody knows somebody who knows someone, and you just find a way to just connect you. So if you commit crime, just know that your story has gone has gone round. If you commit a crime in California, people will know. Say that Nigerian guy, Sabi the guy now. Yeah. So yeah, but he has been begging to be on the show. I'm saying no, don't come. But finally, I'm like, okay, just come and talk to us. But that's a joke though. It's the other way around. I've been trying to make him come, but because United have been playing, I would say very well. He has decided not to come. But today, as per the last, I would say potentially the last game of the season, so he has come to share his thoughts on United, and also have Olu in the house too. You know. But before we go into that, in our usual manner, my song of the week. Honestly, God. But anyway, I had other plans, but God knows best. My song of the week is "Respect Your Elders" by I don't know how to pronounce the guy's name, but I think it's two rhymes or something. Chubi, do you know the guy?
No, me, I also have somebody, but I don't know the guy.
Two rhymes. Oh, you don't know the guy?
Huh?
Is I think it's an Edo song. I really love the song. I love
Oh,
the beat and I love the song. You have your own song of the week. Share it now. Share. Let's
yeah.
hear.
It's called Isaka, 6 a.m. It's like some South African amapiano by Caesar
African stuff.
CICA. I don't know. I've been hearing it like recently, and it's actually like a really good song.
Oh, nice, nice. Okay, I need to add that to my list too. And see if I'm not really. I won't say I'm not a fan of my piano, but I'm fatigued. I Everything just sound the same way because I DJ. I don't know if you even know if I DJ,
I
but I
know.
DJ. Yeah, and once I get to that part where I want to do on my piano, I can literally just close my eyes and just play 30 minutes non-stop without feeling it. Olu, do you have any song of the week?
Of course, now I have the song of the week.
Okay, let's hear it. What was the song
Let
of the
me.
week?
I can play it, Abby.
Play it. If you
Yeah,
can hear
yeah,
it,
yeah.
if you can hear it, we play
All
it.
right. If you guys can hear it, let me know if you guys can hear it.
Okay.
Sweet Fantasia, That's just it. That's just it.
Well, I don't want to ask the story behind that. I don't want to know. Keep it to yourself.
No. The word already says the story behind it now.
No problem. So Chubi, before we go into football, so OKC, honestly,
That is
I
actually all
think
I'm going to talk about. I did not come to talk
it,
about any other sport apart from
yeah, I'm
basketball.
the same here. We're on the same page. I don't want to talk about any football things. Let's talk basketball. Let's talk basketball playoffs. So this season, I feel like I'm finally a believer because last season when I saw them, I wasn't really convinced the way they went out. And that's when we had that discussion of, oh, they are weak. You remember I said they were weak,
I
and you were
mean,
like, oh, you are waiting for them this season.
yeah, because so last season we had we're really young. I mean, we're still like very young. We're still like the youngest, like number one team ever. Like still like really really young. But like last season we're even younger. But like in the off season, and that's the good thing about it. Like we have a good general manager when it comes to my basketball team compared to. But anyhow, we made really good trades in the off season. So
Compared
like
to Golden State. Golden State is like probably the worst in this
compared to my
era.
football team, but
No. God. Okay.
anyhow, but yeah, we made really good trades off season. So like I was really confident going into the season. So that's why like so far so good. Obviously, like I mean, sports at the end of the day, anything can happen. So I don't want to be too confident, but like I mean, obviously, like some of our friends, I've been talking to them too, Mahoma, like about basketball. Like
Mhm.
I was quietly confident about like so everything that's happening so far. Like I'm not really surprised, but I mean, again, fingers crossed, just 7 more wins and we get our championship, our first championship. So hopefully that happens.
Your boy won MVP.
That's the only
Was
sport
it?
thing that it was today. Like
I was
that's
like,
why
when I saw that, I was like, oh really?
I'm not even like whatever else happened today in the sports world. I don't even know. Did something else happen apart from that? I
We
don't
got the puzzle. So it was him and what's his name, and
It was between him, Jokic, and
Jokic,
Giannis. Those were like the final.
Giannis.
But actually, it was between him and Jokic. And if you really, really watch like basketball and watch the season, I don't think it was really close. I think he was the clear favorite to win MVP because like we had like almost 20 more wins than Denver. So like, I mean, yes, Denver's team is not good. I know the team is better, but like, yeah, he just had a really, really great, great, great season. So I mean,
Mm.
really, congrats to Shea.
He tried.
Really happy
Yeah,
for
he's and he's been. I would say he's been serious with his basketball too. For people that don't know, SGA, Julius. I mean, how do you pronounce his name?
Jai Gilgis, Julius Alexander. Even with that is G.
Anyway, we
Julius
should call him SGA. He
SG.
has really become serious with his basketball, and I think for sports people, they get to a point where they're like, you know what, I need to be serious with my craft, and from there they just shoot up. Examples: Ronaldo, what's his name, Djokovic. Because I remember when Djokovic self too, when he was trying to be funny, but when he became serious, it was like okay, he was unstoppable. You have to get to that point where you're like, okay, I want to be serious in my craft. And I think that last season was a good testing for them. So you think their chances of winning this season is very high? You believe in them?
Yeah, like even so last season, I don't think we would have beat the Celtics, but even last season we went out to the Mavericks and look at them play such a great like we lost 4-2. And again, that game 4 that we lost, it was like funny enough, Shea committed a foul. Like right at the end, I gave them like 3 free throws, and PJ Washington knocked them down. And if he doesn't commit that foul, we go into like a game 7, which we might win because we're at home. I don't know. I don't think we'd have won it all last season because I feel like we're not ready yet. But this season, because I felt like our biggest test was the Nuggets, and we just beat them in the last round, 1-1 yesterday night against the Timberwolves. Yeah, really, really quietly confident. I like on paper, we actually should win this thing like easily. Like I don't that the remaining teams are not like shouldn't really be a match. But again, like basketball and like sports is all about adjustment.
Sports, yeah.
Like
Mm.
you have to be like, sometimes
But
yeah.
be scared of New York Knicks, man. Those guys, I don't know what juju they are using. I don't know how they're going, but yeah, be scared of them. Or what do you like? I think Indiana Pacers, they're like, how do I explain them? They're not like they're not fancy to watch, but they just get the job done. But
Yes.
New York Knicks, they know how to dig deep. So that's the difference between them. So, man,
Funny enough, I
I don't
think
know.
now it's going to be between OKC and Indiana. Because Indiana like so Indiana they have this thing too where they just have like an 8 because again they did it against the Cavs too the last series where they just have like an 8 to 10 minutes window where they just keep on scoring. And
Yes,
they're like
yes.
so quick. And funny enough, like us too, like we have like an 8 to 10 minutes window where our defense just locks in and there's nothing you can do that you'll get like 2 points and get like And so it's not like as if we're shooting like multiple threes. We just keep on stopping people. The same thing we did to the Timberwolves yesterday because they were up by 4.5. The third quarter, there was like again like a 3-4 minute stretch where we went on a 15-2 run. They just couldn't like keep up. And so the final on paper should be between OKC and Indiana. But again, like I always say, sports, you never really know. And but yeah, like you said, the New York Knicks, they're also like really, really good. So like they like how many times they come back 20 against the Celtics.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
They're really good team to be fair.
The first two games, that first game, I was watching. I was like, Celtics have won this game. I just switched the TV to another thing. I went to bed. When I woke up in the morning, I saw the stats: over 20 points behind, and Celtics. That's so funny. Their 3-point percentage. I think that's probably the most hilarious thing in your situation. You're a team that you don't play 3 points normally. So why you not trying to do it? That
I mean,
was so hilarious.
in the NBA, lots of teams are trying to live by the 3-point, and it's like a lot of people see Golden State of those times and how they brought them success, and I don't know. I mean,
everybody wants to copy success. Like
it's not that easy. Like you don't have Steph, you don't have Clay. I don't think you can do it for like such a like you can do like maybe one night, but like I don't think you can do it to the level that those guys did it like
those
that.
people did it then.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to now copy each other. So speaking of copying each other, now it seems that Pep Guardiola's style has gone out of fashion because now it seems and Olu, you can come in on this. I know I've said it many times in the past that I don't understand why first things first. I don't mind the tiki-taka thing people want to do. It's not my cup of tea. If I'm a manager, I will not do that. But the one that pisses me off the most is passing from the back. I hate that thing so much because I don't understand why you as a team that you don't have like good defenders who are good on the ball, and you struggle with DMs who can actually receive the ball on a half turn and I would say withstand the press and progress with the ball. You just have regular players. You have I don't want to talk about United players yet, but yeah. Anyway, for the first time since he got to City, he has become trophyless. And Crystal Palace manager said the first time they met, he said it on press conference that when we meet again, we'll have solved you as a problem. And I feel like Man City made that game easy for Crystal Palace because Crystal Palace defended so comfortably. Like they were half-assed. It was like, whatever you do, you're not going to score here and will not break any sweat. The goal came out of like against run of play. And it seems that, and I think next season, I want to see how Pep is going to improve his team because I don't think anything extra will change from what happened this season. I don't think so. He might win the league, but I don't think it's going to be in the manner in which he did it last season or the season before.
So first and foremost, I want to say like, did he really? I don't think he went trophyless this season because obviously they won and he stated it in the interview. They won what they call it. What they call it again? Community Shield at the beginning of season. Yeah.
Okay.
I think that stuff is still up for debate, right? Where some managers say it is a trophy, while other people say it's not a trophy. You get what I mean? So I know in general people usually consider it as not a trophy, but in my opinion, it is, right? I know you can say, oh, probably because of Arsenal, Even when it wasn't Arsenal, like when was his name? Mourinho said it. I was like, yeah, it's a trophy.
You always mention him as Mourinho.
No, but okay. I'm not even mentioning Mourinho now. I'm saying Guardiola, he mentioned it as well in his press conference. I don't know if you watched that press, but he mentioned it. The second thing is I also feel like Guardiola throughout his career, he has always had like wonderful players, man. Right? Till now, he still has like some of the best players. But I feel like now more than ever, some of the players that he's signing are not as good as before. So that's why they're mostly struggling, or they're struggling a lot. You can see it in like the wingers they bought, the Brazilian guy and the Belgian guy. I forgot their names. They are not that elite level of players, right? And
Savion.
Yeah, even all this, like, man, he spent like 200 million in the transfer window in January, but like those players were not even like elite players as well. They can become elite like in years to come, but like right now, usually like Pep Guardiola signs like ready-made players that are, like, he signs them, they're ready to run away with it within 1 or at most 2 seasons at most. But now more than ever, I think they are really, and obviously the City team, they're getting older and all that stuff, so man, the interview that he just had where he said like, oh, he needs his squad like smaller, I don't think that's a great idea.
He's a joker. He's a joker.
When I saw that, I was like, in this day, you're asking for a smaller
squad. Like, yeah, I don't think it's a great with this team. With these guys,
you should try it.
Yeah,
it's going to face what Ateta is facing.
Yeah, like literally. Like, it's not a good. When he was saying, I was like, man, is this guy really thinking about what he's saying, or
he's emotional?
Yeah, he can be emotional about things now. Yeah.
So Olu, I mean, what you just said now is exactly what my opinion is about the whole situation, because first things first, I think his quality started dipping down when David Silva left, when Yaya left, Aguero left. It kind of went down a little bit. It's one step lower. Now it's even way lower now with Kevin De Bruyne leaving, with Bernardo Silva struggling. I won't say he's struggling, but
he's
of
older.
course, when the old team is not, he's older, yes.
Yeah.
So the old team are older and they all grew old at the same time. Chubby, if you remember United, when Ferguson left, that's the same problem we had.
Yeah.
All our squad just became old.
Even when Ferguson was there, he kind of like, there were seasons where, like, I think between after 02 or 03, I don't remember, between 02 and 05 or 06, Man U went through that transitional period of like getting new players like Rooney, Ronaldo, younger players to like redo the squad, and then those players were the ones that now took over between 06 and the future.
To the left.
Yeah.
So like, it's same. Okay, now Olu, this question is for you. Do we now agree that what Ferguson did at United is not an easy feat?
Yeah, I think I've always said this, man. He's a wonderful manager, right? Like, that's what I'll give Ferguson, man. Coaches, and we spoke about it in the last minute, like coaches like Ferguson, Carlo Ancelotti, in terms of management abilities, they are amazing, man. I don't think Ferguson is a great tactician, but as a manager,
which is the most important thing.
Just start with this talk. It's very important. It's very important, though.
Who's this person? Who's this intruder? Okay, what do you want?
I know you guys this me.
I don't know. It just came from nowhere and just came to come and disrupt discussion. I can mute you. I can mute you. It's not your turn. Just stay where you are.
Why the tyranny? Hi, Chubby. Hi, Femi. Hi, Seun. Hi, guys. Hi, everyone listening.
This guy is happy.
He has done for me. 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 What Arteta could not do, and has done for me.
Okay, no problem. We'll get there. Just relax.
What did I miss?
We're talking about Pep's.
But to answer your question, Sean, like what he did was amazing, man. Like, to be able to like see that, oh, my squad is aging. Okay, time to bring in new people at the right time. That's where that management skills comes in, man. He was he's the best manager. Let's be real, man. He is. But again, it now comes down to like tactics. Was he the best? There are certain games he showed like great tactics. Yes, of course, absolutely. Even certain seasons. But overall, like, I would say, like, if you're going down to like tacticians, there are people you call above him. As a better tactician.
I just feel it's highly disrespectful to question Ferguson's tactical honors, but it's okay. So before I have like a few pointers here. I saw something that blew my mind, and I don't think people really are deep in it. Frimpong of Bayer Leverkusen scored 30 goals and 38 assists in 190 games. Do you know how crazy that is? As a wing back.
Who, Frimpong?
Yes.
Yeah. No, the guy
And he's going to probably
Liverpool.
go to Liverpool.
Yeah.
But it's not going to be the same. It's not going to be the same in Liverpool.
No. See, I get that. So I get that.
Well,
I get that.
it's
But the
just
thing is,
recommend. It's just talking about how the player himself. That's an
yes,
amazing
it's
start.
crazy. Like
Yeah.
that's a crazy start. Like,
Yeah.
just let's even say he won't get to that level. Even if he scores 15 goals for them in that amount of time, that's still a lot for a fullback / wing back. Although I know when it comes to Liverpool, it's going to be a different battle
Right?
because
Yeah.
when we playing as a wing back, we play as a fullback, and depending on how Liverpool plays, if they have possession of the ball, he cannot place into his strengths. But if they are behind the ball, then that's where his weaknesses might show. Because people have been saying he's not really a strong,
Defensive guy.
defensive guy. Which I just think. I mean, if you play in a very good team, when you have a lot of the ball, going forward is what you need your fullbacks to be.
But I also feel like Liverpool lose that Trent's ability on the ball, like attacking wise. Like there are very few players that are like that, man. Very few, and his ability to just whip that ball, man. Like, bro, I don't think I can't even think of like a lot of players that can do what he does.
There are a few of them. So I saw these guys. I won't say interview, but discussion on overlap. Sean Dyche, and he was saying which again it comes to what we both agree on what he said about how players are being played today, where everybody just feels like they are robotic. He said he cannot believe he's talking to a player and the player cannot pass the ball with his outside of his boots. He's not asking, and this is not even like a senior player, like academic kids. He's asking the boy, can you just pass this way? And he's saying, no, they didn't teach me how to. I didn't know how to like pass 5 yard pass, like okay, all those kind of all those kind of triangle that you have to be in a certain position to pass a ball in the same way. Say he met one boy, he asked him, oh, come and play. What position do you come and play football? And he's saying, oh no, he's a defender. Say, what do you mean you're a defender? At the age of 7, you're supposed to be everywhere. You're supposed to play everywhere. Play everywhere first. Like play street football first before you start doing all those academic things.
Yeah.
But yeah, he also made mention of Trippier. He said Trippier, the reason why he respects Trippier a lot and he loves Trippier a lot is because of the way he strikes the ball. And he said it would have been a disservice for him on Trippier to make Trippier pass the ball a certain way, in which Trippier can actually cross the ball from anywhere on the pitch. He was explaining how they had discussion, how he had a striker in the box 18 who can receive the ball from deep. Say you do what's it called, route one football, and the striker can receive the ball. So it would have been a disservice for him to tell Trippier that okay, when you get to this part of the pitch, you pass the ball inwards instead of going wide and whipping crosses inside. But yeah, I guess football is healing. I just feel so because Pep, the evil you've done is enough.
Thank God you even brought that up because that's one thing I wanted to talk about. Like that man, Pep Guardiola, I dislike him.
Why would you dislike him, Chubby? Why would you?
No, I mean, let me not lie to you. I mean, I know you came to look at everything, but like one reason why I'm even happy. Let me not even start ranting, but
No, please rant. This is a safe space.
It's on your time. It's on your time.
This is a safe space.
what she almost said, I feel like football is getting to the point, or at least for the past couple of years, where, like you said, you're asking academic kids, you're asking young kids, and it's like they can only do what they've told them to do. And it's just like crazy. Like the games get boring. Like players are just robotic. Like personally, I haven't enjoyed the past couple. Again, obviously, it doesn't help that my team hasn't been great, but like the kind of football that is winning, I don't even like. I like on one hand, like it's like maybe our team should play like that, but like on the other hand, I don't enjoy it. Like so,
No. Let me. So okay. On a serious note, I talked about this I think 5 years ago in a conversation with a friend, and what I felt, and at the time I was telling them that while Guardiola, I liked his Barcelona team. I didn't like what I saw at Bayern, and then at City. And the reason is because the guy, if you guys are, you've probably seen, what is this called? Thomas Edison or Gerald Ford or Elon Musk, right? Where everything has to be quote unquote at a certain standard. So you have to, so that it's no longer about the player's individuality, but more so the style of play. So that if you now take out a particular winger, you can just put in somebody there and it fits perfectly. And I think that takes away from why we love the game, because we want players to be able to wow us, right? And if you make it such a structured way to where, I mean, you can just pull out somebody from any, you can just bring any player, put him in that system because he has been trained to play a certain way. It works. I think that's what's wrong with football, and it started from Pep. He has kind of quote unquote standardize the style of play to where everybody now wants to play from the back. Everybody wants to play sideways to the point that your defenders now have the most touches. You have someone like Van Dijk for 2 or 3 consecutive seasons being the player with the most passes, having the most touches. That's ridiculous. Saliba is a close second. Like, honestly, and I've enjoyed, quote unquote, enjoyed in quotes, right? I've enjoyed what Arteta has done with the team, but honestly, the reason why a lot of Arsenal fans fell in love with the team was because of the free flowing style of play that Wenger brought to England, right?
Correct. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
why a lot of Arsenal fans fell in love with Arsenal. That's why a lot of, and the fact that obviously Henry was there. You had Vieira, you had Wiltord, you had what's it called, Petit, Bergkamp. So that free flowing style of football had not been seen by many people in England. It was typically route one and then Ferguson's 4-4-2, right? But this different style where each player could express them. Sorry, I have a helicopter flying over me. So, but this free flowing style of football, right? It was refreshing, and I think Guardiola, with his structured, calculated, risk averse, um, conservative style of, I won't say conservative, but it's more,
Too.
huh?
It's conservative, I
Yeah,
agree.
yeah,
So
yeah. It actually is conservative, where you're so risk averse that you don't want to, have a player try to beat somebody, and then they might counter you, right? I'm not a fan, but again, unfortunately, that has brought in a lot of trophies at Man City, including four in a row. My club couldn't stop them, so yeah, you
yeah,
can.
so and that's where I differ in what you're saying in terms of like, because you mentioned something that Guardiola, you don't like what he has done to Man City or all that stuff. Man, this Guardiola team, in my opinion, is the most dominant team in the Premier League history.
There's no doubt about that. I'm not disagreeing with that, but I'm saying, so I'm saying for the sport, as a fan, I'm not talking as a fan of the sport, not as a fan of Man City or of a particular team. As a football lover, it has
Yeah,
not been good showing.
but
I don't think it's been good showing.
can you also say that like um there's more tactics to the game? That's one, and two, people are really studying his tactics and he's getting found out
Yeah,
now.
yeah. So yes, but then I, tactics are fantastic, obviously, because that's where a coach expresses himself. But I care more about technique of players, right? Because at the end of the day,
So
it's
let me ask you this.
yeah,
Since you mentioned Arsenal, right? There was
yeah.
a period where Arsenal was very like fluid and all that stuff when we had the likes of Koscielny, all that stuff, but we were getting battered, right? Like, which one did you prefer? Watching that free flowing, but now, that is, to be honest, in terms of like achievements, maybe there's not too great of a difference. But if you were to say, oh, you preferred one team over the other, which would you say you preferred?
I want us to be able, I want us to win when we're playing beautiful football. There's a reason why I'm not sorry, and again, I guess different people have different styles of and things
Yeah.
they're looking out for in football. But as an Arsenal fan, right, even those periods when Wenger's team, Wenger wasn't winning,
Mm-hmm.
bro, the free flowing and the sweet football that we were playing. There's a reason why there's something called Wenger ball.
So you preferred that. That's
Yeah,
what I'm hearing.
as
So,
a fan,
so
yes,
sorry,
yes,
sorry, Obina. There's
yes.
a part that you should even be talking about with Olu. even though you cannot compare those two eras. You cannot compare that Wenger's quote unquote era when guys are getting battered versus what Pep is doing right now. There's a golf in quality, there's a golf in class. So compare when
So
Wenger
are you saying the
did
quality was worse
unbeaten.
then or better now?
Yeah,
Which one?
no, compare Wenger's invincible with what Pep
Yes,
is doing. That's
to
what I'm
the
saying.
dominant
Yeah,
City. That is
yeah,
balance.
yeah.
Because now that Pep's quality is kind of winning, is going down,
And he's
you can
still
see that
playing
they're
the
getting
structured. Yeah,
beaten.
he's still playing the structured
Yeah.
football. So,
So his quality, it all
yeah,
comes down to
Yeah,
quality.
and
yeah.
that's why I said I feel like he's getting found out. Like more teams are studying. Like even the Crystal Palace said, if you play this way again, I know exactly how to play you now. So more teams,
Olu,
there's more data, there's more studying. Like there's a lot more technology. So people are paying more attention to like things that they didn't pay attention to
But
before.
but
You
but
know,
but,
Olu,
but
I
that's
can
what
tell
I'm
you
saying.
that
But that's what I'm saying.
if
But there are teams that are sorry, Sharon. There are teams that play
mm,
free flowing football in this day and
i.e.
age.
Tottenham, and they're getting battered every time. Still,
Actually, the team I was going to call is PSG. Actually, right? This new modern PSG, not the Mbappe Messi one, because these guys also have defensive stability. Bro, they are free flowing, and there's nobody who watches their games that doesn't enjoy it.
mm.
If you like that style of football, that is right. So anyway, I think we're flogging
Sorry.
this topic too much.
Yeah. Olu, I can tell you that in that Crystal Palace game, I'm telling you, two players in that game, if they were in that game, City will have lost that game. Aguero and David Silva.
mm-hmm.
David Silva, they won't have lost that game. That's what I will just see. I'll just say
Because
that.
of the
That's what I'll
magic
say.
that he can
Or
bring. Yep.
yes,
Yeah.
because of the individuality that they
Yeah.
have,
Yeah.
like Aguero's individuality, Silva's creativity, those two players. But let's move
Let me
on.
talk about. Are we talking about events of the week?
Yes, yes.
So
Don't talk about United
no,
yet.
no, no,
Don't talk
no.
about
This
United
is
yet.
actually a serious topic, and it pains me to say this about my club. I'm really disappointed in Arsenal Football Club for laying off one of the kit men for
Oh,
speaking up.
What they did?
yes, all that. That
Yeah,
was.
yeah, for speaking up about what's happening in Gaza. I think
Oh,
yeah, they laid him off, and so the guy's taking them to court. It's really disappointing. It just speaks. I don't know. Arsenal Football Club has really fallen off from the quote unquote classic club that gave black players a chance in England, or that changed the sport. Like the club has really fallen off. Going back to the Mesut Ozil incident when he spoke up for Muslims in China, or
in China, yeah.
them defending Thomas Partey in the ongoing. So no. I mean, like, at the end of the day, obviously that's business. That's they have to make a business move. But I feel like what is one kit man? What is the point of firing one kit man? Right? I don't see the point. And if you listen to his message, there's nothing hateful about it. So that's my incident of the week. I'm really disappointed in the club, and I hope he gets the justice that he deserves in court. So yeah.
Mm. So Obina, in that same vein, so I saw something, and I think I wanted to talk about, but I almost forgot. Thank you for bringing that your own up. Greenwood. Do you guys know that Greenwood is married to that girl that quote unquote he had issues with, and they have a kid? So they are together now, right now. Like they celebrated the end of season or last home game in Ligue 1.
So what are you saying?
So what I'm saying is like
Why did everyone
I
castigate
don't
it?
know what to
Or
believe.
okay, please,
Hmm?
please don't say the wrong thing here, because I'll go after you. Go on.
Relax. Like, no, I just feel like it's interesting how everything has panned out, because right now I'm hearing that it was the girl's friend that leaked the conversation. So I don't know what's going on. Like,
Yeah.
it's just
No,
a fascinating situation all around.
I mean, if that is true that they are together now, well, we can only hope and wish the best for them. But
Yeah.
in this day and age of social media, right, you have to be, as someone who has a spotlight on them, you have to be careful, right? Because even if your partner might not have malicious intent, or the person you are having the interaction with might not have malicious intent, or not even malicious, for some reason chooses to, keep the story
Ignore that.
inside, right? There are other people who, I mean, for our Nigerian listeners, we all know the story of Burna Boy and his Lamborghini saga,
Yeah.
right? So,
That's a well
well,
language.
yeah. So, as the story was such that apparently it wasn't the girl who he had the situation with that released it; it was her cousin, right? So
Yeah.
now that obviously is in no way what I mean. The video that was that was released of Greenwood was implicating, and I think that should be the focus here, whether or not they are together now.
It was audio, not video. It was audio.
No, there was
videos.
video. Yeah, what are you
There was a
talking about?
video?
Yes,
I was going to
bro, the
say,
guy
so,
battered the babe. So no.
Jesus.
so when it comes to the Greenwood situation, like, I mean, what is it called? They've been together since. This is not even a new thing. They've
Yeah,
been since that thing happened. They've been together. But secondly, too, like Obina said, like I saw the video, heard the audio. It's like,
yeah, it was bad.
yeah, there's nothing like.
There's nothing. Yeah, like
There's
whether they're
nothing
together or not, that's on them. But
I mean,
bad
which
is
I
bad.
feel bad for the girl because I feel like if someone puts hands on you once, you should always leave.
You should
Like,
leave. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
because as in the next time can be death. So
Yep.
but so I feel bad for her. Stockholm syndrome. Hopefully everything, and hopefully maybe he actually has changed as a human being.
Yeah.
Because he's been quiet. He's been quiet all this while. So I don't know, man.
It's a situation like
It's just. I mean, it's heartbreaking. I'm not lie. Heartbreaking.
It's
heartbreaking.
And
So,
then have you guys talked about
would you have another
Osimhen?
one?
Sorry. Huh?
Yes. Osimhen. Yes. Go ahead.
I'm bringing hot topics. No, congratulations to one of our own. One of our own star boy, and it's unfortunate that he was not able to repeat a similar feat for Nigeria, the AFCON, led down by his teammates. But I mean, it's also really, really disappointing that someone who has shown his quality in Italy, right? Literally he had the support of Kvaratskhelia, and that was a fantastic Napoli team. But there's no doubt that Serie A title was achieved primarily because of his contributions, Victor Osimhen, that is. And then he went to Turkey. They've won the Turkish League there, and I think they did the double, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, they did. Yeah,
so that's 2 doubles in 2 countries, in 2 different leagues, and yet there are no big teams that are chasing him. I don't know if it's a question of his agent not doing enough, or if it just boils down to they don't want to see another brother shine, right? Because
I think they actually big teams are chasing. But on your point, I actually do kind of agree that it's kind of like unfair because like right now, like who are the big strikers? Him,
Sheshko, Gyökeres.
When
Isak.
people bring up Isak, thank you. When people bring up Isak and Gyökeres and all those kind of people, there's no talk on how much they might demand.
Exactly.
Like they were just like they are worth it. But when it comes to Osimhen, it's like,
oh, his character. Oh, he's asking for this much.
Okay, so like I mean,
if he's good, he's good.
He's good. Exactly, he is good. So like, please pay the brother what he wants. I understand like sometimes some agents are terrible people, which is actually such a messed up thing when it comes to footballers. Because like some agents actually like derail people's careers, but like just from a fan level, like some fans always just be like, "Oh, his wages are like." I'm like, you want to do that to Isak, and because their countries are not like green, white, green.
Exactly. because they have melanin so in their skin tone. But so I mean, I really hope he gets a big move, or if he and his family are happy. It seems like his daughter, I mean, she did the announcement when he scored.
That was so cute. That was really, really cute, man. That was. So I feel like EPS should do that too, man. It brings. I'm not necessarily your family announcing your name,
just the way they announce the names. Because other leagues, France, Turkey, and especially Italy, they have people who announce your name with so much passion when you score. But yeah. That was why I okay. I mean, it's not like it was one of the things I plan on doing at some point is going to a Napoli game or a Roma game just to experience that. Yeah,
The atmosphere.
the atmosphere and the
Yeah,
just the experience of the calling of the name. Yeah. It seems like it would be a nice experience to have. Okay, Osimhen done. I want to bring up another
If
one.
hold on, if it's not known, I'm a huge Osimhen fan. Like I love that brother so much. Like
Pause.
I don't want him to come to United. Please don't come to United. If Osimhen, if this can get to you, please, whatever you do, don't come to United. But continue on. And don't go to Arsenal because now after I start celebrating your goal, I don't know. I don't want to do that, man.
no,
You can go anywhere else. But
not like see. I love Osimhen, but anyone that them never let's
No, Chubby talk, Chubby talk. Chubby, I came here for you. Chubby talk, please. Talk.
let me explain. Your manager too reminds me of the bald guy over in Manchester City. So,
That's his disciple, so you're not wrong.
yeah, exactly. So like even my manager too, like I wish, not I wish good for my team, but like a lot of his disciples, I wish bad for them. Like I don't want any, like I want that style of football to die. like I
just die
But
to
I think
perish.
Amorim is bro. I saw a video
I
of
need die.
Amorim sporting. I should have sent it to either of you. It was they
Is
were
it
actually not good.
against PSG? I saw that video. Is it against
Against
PSG
PSV. Yeah.
too? Like, don't worry, please. We'll table that matter at the end. Let's.
Yeah.
One more thing for the week. I'm sure we all saw it. How another of our Nigerian brothers just went and disgraced himself talking about Arsenal, and I'm talking about no other person but one of
Ah,
Mikel.
good
I
lord.
didn't see it
Ah,
happen.
you know what's funny?
Uh,
I wanted to skip this topic.
You can't.
I wanted to skip it.
You can't.
Okay. I wanted to skip it, but I find it. But continue, play it, and I will give you a reply.
Yes. So Mikel as because I've listened to his not well, I actually won't listen to his podcast because he first of all he just anyway. But on his show here, on numerous occasions, he has said, "Oh, Mikel Arteta should be sacked because he has not won anything. Yeah, you played it." And anyway, they have spent so much money. Anyway, to summarize what he's saying, he has spent so much money. He should be winning trophies, and if he doesn't win a trophy, he should be let go because he has bought so many players. These are his players. Yada yada yada. And then I because that's the type of banter you have with a friend, but you can't now go and be talking like that on TV without facts. And so the presenter put it to him and said, "Well, if you're making this case, Chelsea has spent over
Oh,
£1 billion. Why should we Why should they be let off the hook as a team, right? Chelsea Football Club. Why should they be let off the hook?" And then he goes on to say, well, Arteta got his players, Maresca didn't, or Maresca hasn't, and just a bunch of BS. So yeah, Shion, go ahead.
Okay, so I find it really intriguing when ex-players of any club that's not an Arsenal, even Arsenal ex-players, when they criticize Arsenal, the reaction of Arsenal fans, I won't say Arsenal as a club, but it's turning towards that. The reaction of Arsenal fans is always very, I would say, disrespectful, out of place, and out of order. I'm going to read a tweet before I go into this. Mikel was not a smart footballer, and is even less impressive as a pundit. You never leave thinking you'll understand a game better after listening to him. Like Evra is clearly auditioning for a Sky Sports job, but the passion analysis position is already taken. They're talking about Mika Richards. Now, the question that what Obi Mikel said, I don't think is out of place. Every day Olu comes to this podcast, it reminds me of how much United has spent. And it always asks me, is it time to sack the manager? And I always give the same or similar answers or varying answers depending on how I feel. Now, when John Obi Mikel goes on a show and he says Arsenal has spent so and so from this period to this period under one manager, not all managers, not including Wenger, not including good evening, Mr. What's his name? What's the good evening's name?
Emery.
Help me.
Nine.
Emery. Una Emery, right? But talk about under one manager. Arsenal has spent close to £1 billion. And he is saying it is Arsenal will have to decide if they want to continue with this manager or not, or do they want to bring in somebody who can take
He didn't say
them
Arsenal will
across the
decide,
line.
though. He said he has to go. There's a
I'm just
difference.
saying, yes, okay. He's saying Wenger has to go and they need to bring in somebody that can take them across the line.
Yeah.
Now, the question the anchor asked, which I feel is not the same. It's not the same. It's not the same thing. The anchor said, "Oh, what about Chelsea, who have spent times 2 of that in this so period? Why you leave them out of the off the hook?" You see, you are comparing a whole club to one person. If it was Maresca to Arteta, it would have been a different conversation, because now the conversation would be thrown out because it's not the same. It's not oranges,
But
orange
there's more
apples.
context to what you're saying, Sheon, though. Like, she gave a lot more reasoning before she went to Chelsea. She said, like, if, especially nowadays, right, if you look at the transfer of, like, certain players, nowadays, like, in reality, to be honest, at the end of the day, I agree with everything you're saying, Sheon, but there's also a need for context. Like, when you take into consideration, like, the number of players, how much these players cost and so on. If you average it out, it's really like 60 million per transfer window, or maybe 100 million per season. If you really think about it.
Whatever you want to cut it, right? How you want to dice it. This is Maresca's first season, right? His first season. Arteta has gotten how many seasons? This is like your sixth season? How many seasons? How many seasons?
It's his fifth season.
Sixth, right?
Fifth. Yeah.
So it's going to the sixth season. Yeah. So regardless of how you dice it, right? It's not the same situation. I can tell you that. Except you want to be what's the word now?
Yeah,
disingenuous.
Yeah, but
to say
it can't be.
Hold on.
Wait. It can't be the same situation, because unlike other.
Anyway, like it's not the same thing, because time, a manager, quote unquote, needs time, because people have pitched towards that. Oh, in this time, he has phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, phase 4, phase 5. So all that, me, I don't want that to be sacked. I don't want to be sacked. I want to stay there. But regardless of what is said, right? Olu, I need you to answer this question for me.
Yeah.
Don't bring any other context. Why is it that when other people criticize your manager or your club, you feel they're hating on you? And
I
it
don't
goes
think
to as far as
let me clarify. It's like, if you apply one what's it called? If you apply the same thing to one, if they ask you the same question for another one, why will you not say, "Oh yeah, we have to put context, blah 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 blah"? At the end of the day, I've said,
but it's context.
Wait. Now, I clarified my statement at the beginning, which is like, I still think you need to deliver. Whether you've been there 5 years or whether you've been here 1 year, bro. There are teams like Real Madrid, man. If you not deliver the first season, you're out.
Okay, so I have a question for you. So how come Arsenal fans preach to us all those days that you guys relax?
For this particular instance, because I can only speak about this instance because I watched it, right? To me, it just felt very disingenuous, because it's like, oh, when it applies to you, all right, now let's start looking into context. But when she was dissecting the context, she's like, oh, no.
Okay, so Olu, are you telling us that Arteta should have been sacked the first season or second season? Is that what you're telling us?
No. Well, I'm not understanding what you're saying. No, I'm not saying he should be sacked.
I'm saying there should be time for the manager, right?
Yeah.
Because it's not his
I mean, but it depends. So it's not everybody that needs time. It depends.
Okay. So here's my point. Right? My point is, after you guys have preached to us that phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, phase 4, phase 5. Again, I personally don't think that should be sacked. I'm enjoying what he's doing at Arsenal. But you cannot now turn around and say, oh, because you were criticized by a fan of a club who has spent times 3 of what you guys have spent, albeit a short period of time, you now say it's the same situation. No, it's not. It's definitely not the same. But But let's leave that situation aside. My own question is, why how come when other people talk about Arsenal in a certain way, you guys disrespect the person, you guys take it as an insult, and you go ahead and insult the person? Because that tweet of saying
I definitely feel like every fan does that. I think you're just directing it on one. Like, bruh, you were the same one that came.
wait.
And wait,
So let me ask you a
let me
question.
finish. You came here and said like Carragher and all these guys, they don't have sense, blah 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 blah. You know, like I remember we having or us having that conversation. It's not a Arsenal fans do this or Arsenal. All fans do it, literally. Liverpool fans do it.
So you think Mikel was not a smart footballer?
Huh?
So you think Mikel wasn't a smart footballer?
My personal opinion about Mikel, I'll reserve it. But our main thing
he's not a smart footballer. Do you agree?
I don't think about his brain abilities or anything, but I think in terms of his footballing abilities, he wasn't the greatest, in my opinion. He was supposed to be, you know, but he didn't live up to the expectations that he was supposed to get to. That's just my personal opinion.
We understand that, which is okay, but does that not make him not? No,
everybody deserves to say whatever, but like your point that like, oh, Arsenal, no, I think every fan does it, man. Literally every fan does it.
Chubby, what do you think about this?
I guess let me ask you this question, Sean, before you ask Chubby. Do you think Man U fans do it as well?
About other teams' legends,
literally,
or not legends, but about so we don't take things personally the way you guys take this personally. I'll just say that. I'll just say that. I'll just say that we don't take this personally. But
I kind of have to agree with Shane to an extent. I think Arsenal fans have like, I don't say a chip on their shoulder, but they're very quick to react to things. Like, and I think it's obviously, no offense again, it's years of being like the bridesmaid and never being the bride. So I feel like they have this thing like where even if you're giving them constructive criticism, they're so quick to like be.
But let me ask you this,
like a lot of teams like do it. A lot of team fans do it, but like I think obviously we have different like timelines on Twitter, on Instagram. So like what I see might not be what you see. So sometimes like what I might be seeing might be looking more like Arsenal fans. But I think generally, just from looking at like a wide spectrum of that, I think Arsenal fans do it at a higher.
Let me ask you this: do you feel like and you at the end of the day, everything is trolling, but do you feel like when it comes to Arsenal, they do a lot of things for clickbaits?
I mean, I feel like they do more to United. Because United is a bigger team and
they literally like associate every single thing. A lot of things with Arsenal is clickbaits. Like if you want to like get a lot of views, it's just say one outrageous thing, literally, and that's what a lot of all these pundits or
I think just because of the nature of how finances work and things work. Like,
literally.
Like so, like I do feel like. I'm guessing, like I said, it's just all perspective. What I see, what you see on like social media is obviously like different. But like a lot of big clubs, like you're right, a lot of big clubs suffer the whole clickbait because again, like that's how people eat, basically.
Yeah, they say outrageous things just to make people respond to them, and they know what they're doing. A lot of times, they really know what they're doing, But yeah, I guess we can agree to disagree or whatever they call that thing. But in general, I feel like every fan does it, man. Every fan.
Maybe one day you guys will accept. Anyway, okay. Now it's time to discuss the main topic. We only have like 10 minutes to discuss this. So we only have 10 minutes to discuss this. So, Chubby, how are you feeling now? We had a game against Spurs today, and it felt like all of our season was hinging on that game. We are currently 16th right now, if I'm correct. Am I correct?
Yeah, 16th.
16th, and Spurs is 17th. And the game literally showed why we're both 16th and 17th. It felt like both teams wanted to lose. It was possible for both teams to lose. They would have done it. But yeah, it was a game. I don't want to use the right words. But they played football. They played something. And Spurs won Europa League. and this is their third European Cup. Some clubs can even boast one, but they've won 3.
I know they had one.
No, they've won 3.
Europa.
No, they've won 3.
I know they had
They've
one
won
that
3. So,
was two. I didn't know it was the third one.
yeah, they've won 3, and this is their first trophy in like it's almost 70 years. So I don't have any years, but yeah, congrats to them.
I think we are against us in 2008.
2008?
No, no. Their last trophy was it wasn't against.
I think they won it against Chelsea.
Yeah, it was Chelsea, my bad.
But yeah, they've finally broken the sportsy. I mean, not like the sportsy, but you give it to them. Ange Postecoglou or whatever his name is said
he always wins his second.
By second season, he wins something, which is true now. It's fact. And there are talks of him being sacked or him leaving the post. Someone said if he's the one, he will win the Europa League and he will drop Mike and resign. Regardless of what the situation is, congrats to them. I would say they wanted him more because from minute 1 you could tell that United wasn't up for it. So they wanted him more. Congrats to them. It's just unfortunate that I really, really, really wanted United to, I would say, cover up the shame of having the worst season ever. After the relegation, after the relegation season ever, like in the league system, and the worst season in EPL era for us. We really, really wish, okay, maybe something, even as bad as we'll win something and go to Champions League, but we're not ready. We're not ready, and we deserve where we are right now. And officially, Amorim out. I don't think he's going to perform any magic next season, but yeah.
Let me, because this is about to come on the pod before the ball was kicked. Firstly, whether he won, whether he didn't win, I was of the opinion he should leave, because like I said, like I told Obina this. Obina thought I was trolling. I did not. This thing, I don't know. United fans, I'm looking at my Twitter. I'm looking at my, because apart from my brother, I think he's the only person that kind of knew to like. This was something I did not care about. Like, I would have liked it because, again, I know revenue, it will help us and all of that. And again, obviously, sometimes when you look back in 20 years' time, you might not remember that we finished 16th and you just remember we released a trophy. But, like, as of right now, it was just like,
a good thing to have.
It was just, but again, like, this did not surprise me. Like, since this man came, like, someone like me, I really like supporting our managers, like for the team I like support. So no matter what, like, I really try to, but like some of them make it so hard to support them. Like we saw, like especially our last 2 managers, him and Baldy, ETH.
Terrible.
They make it so hard. Like his own issue, the biggest issue I had with him, I did not like the 3-4-3, but hey, if that's your formation, I had an issue when he said, I only know how to play one way. As a manager, why would you say that? My thing, like I always say, so like now, like how many center backs? We have a lot of center backs, but let's say we get to a point where we have only 3 first team center backs. Again, this includes like our under 21s, and out of those 3, like only 2 actually match fit, and one is like struggling-ish. Would you say like you will persist with this 3-4-3 instead of just playing a 4-3-3 or 4-2-3-1, whatever? Like it's the same thing. Like I said, it comes from that Pep Arteta school where they are so stubborn and they try to control everything. Like I just don't like it. Like I just don't like this type of managers. It's like I feel like as a manager, your thing is to get the best out of the players you have and also to platform them to the best of their abilities. I know my rants all over the place, but I remember like ETH like last season, one thing like people were saying Casemiro was finished. I'm like, ETH is putting in situations where it's so hard. Like earlier they talked about it, why do you want to play out of the back where that's not their strongest suit? Casemiro is not the strongest, like that's not his strongest suit, but ETH just kept on putting him in positions like that and he will turn over. I remember that Liverpool game, that's just one that comes to mind. Like you're literally setting them up to fail instead of putting them in situations where their quality or their best qualities shine. And Amorim, okay, you've come in now halfway through the season. or not halfway through the season, even before halfway through the season.
Way before.
Yeah, you don't have your players. Like, why are you so like? What would it take out of you? Even today, because again, like, what's it called? Oluwaseun how and plays free flowing for all of that, and they get today. Didn't you see how deep they defended? They did not.
Oh, but they defended though. I was like, good lord. So it's today you decided to do. Oh, you're not playing I line.
That's someone that has sense. You just like I just don't understand some of these managers. Sometimes it's like I just don't get it. I try to get it, but I just cannot get it. Like some of these managers make me want to like.
Just a quick stat for Spurs. They had only 3 shots, right? 3 shots, and one on target when they scored. They had 27.7% possession and completed only 155 passes. And say all the lowest figures up to as on record by any team in a major league final since 2009. So they had a plan because they know now that none of you score now. It's not United. When you have Oilon in front, I don't want to score.
Amorim Out, like, I feel like it's just a cycle. The best thing is for him to leave right now because I can tell you how next season is going to go. Like, and you can quote me anyway. I don't see like what I see happening is okay. Obviously, we're not in any European, which is good for us. We are going to be around that 6th, 7th, 5th, 6th, 7th, maybe close to 4th-ish, 6th, 7th, 8th.
Really? I don't think so.
Now. Like just based on schedule and not actually happening like a lot of things. We're not going to be like we don't have it. We're going to be playing once a week, but we're still not going to be like first or second or challenging for the title. We're going to be and then eventually around that January, February, when they realize, okay, this thing is not really going anywhere, they might end up sacking what he might do. But either way, next season, nothing is happening again. So I just feel like they might as well just kill it now and just move forward. I also blame the board because I don't understand how this man will tell you like, oh, you only know how to play one way and you don't have the players for that. Like, then the whole, like we've talked about this enough camera too. Like the whole Rashford, like a lot of these managers, like they bring the problems onto themselves. Like, like I said, ETH too. And that issue I had with him too, like that whole controlling thing I don't like. Because I remember, I don't know whether you saw this article that Brian wrote about, his time at United and how he went to go and speak with ETH one time and then ETH froze him out of the team.
No. Yeah, I remember reading that. Yeah.
Yeah, I think a lot of these new age managers, I see to Arteta too. I think he did that. I don't know the whole Aubameyang situation, so I think it was a bit different. But yeah, a lot of these new age managers.
Wait, what did he freeze out again?
Varane.
Oh yes. I heard about
Varane,
that. Yeah.
And then ETH also did.
Had problems with a lot of the guys.
Yeah. So like a lot of these newer managers prefer younger players who can't really talk back to them, which I feel is a sign of it's a small man mentality. Like anyhow, like I don't want to rant because like it goes into
please rant. That's why we brought you.
Please rant. I feel your pains. I feel your pains. I think
the whole spectrum. The whole spectrum of football. On the other day when we played Chelsea, I fell asleep during the game. I even forgot that I woke up and I continued my life, and then I now realized, oh shit, I was watching a game actually. Like, you realize how bad it is. Like that's how disinterested I am in football. I told you were going to lose this game. I think you thought.
Our last 3 games, I've been the same way.
I also told you too that you would lose, so it's like it's not really a big deal.
Don't throw me if I really like. I really accept.
No. That's what we both know your team is bad. Like that's
so you cannot shame the shameless. I do not have shame.
So I think Chubby, I think they need to, because here's what will happen. They will persist with him. They will ask him what players he wants, and they will bring in players in summer, and he will not struggle in October. They'll be like, this is not working. They will not sack him.
Okay, I'm not sure of the time. Like, now I say January, February, I'm not sure. But exactly what we're saying, that is exactly what's going to happen. They're going to persist. They're not going to sack him. They're going to bring in players. It's not going to work. Like, I just know what is going to happen next season.
So you guys, but Fergie too, he struggled when he first joined. You guys have faith.
At least Fergie wants something now. Fergie wants something. He wants something.
Next season, everything.
I mean, I have a question. Though. I have a question.
What's
Because Sean, we've had this conversation about Amorim. You know, it's crazy that like we had this conversation before I even got to this point. You know, and I'm so stunned that it took you so long to come to that conclusion. You know that this guy is not the guy for you. I guess my question is why now do you feel like he's not the guy for you guys? That's my first question.
So there are a couple of things, and I always say these things. I say these things that managers are crazy. I don't know, you know, I always say this. Managers are crazy in the sense of they just wake up and be like, oh, maybe the spirit touched them and told them this is the starting lineup we should use. First things first, he's very comfortable in his position. It feels like they cannot sack him because that's the reason why a manager will start a player who hasn't played well throughout the season. Only played his best 15 minutes of his whole career at United, and you say that's the player I want to start in a cup final.
Mason Mount?
Yes. Yes. You see, that's the player I want to start in
no,
very
Mason
crucial.
Mount. When you gave him the special number 7 jersey, it means you saw something in him.
Obina, I'm talking seriousness now. You say that is the player I want to start in a very crucial cup game that's going to take me. It's going to cover all the shame I've had. I mean, we've had a shameful season, but it's going to make it a little bit better and take me to a prestigious competition next season. Trust me, people say Garnacho is bad. I don't think Garnacho is bad. But people say Garnacho is bad. But Garnacho is not a Mount bad. So it's just that those kind of silly decisions. You play Dogu as right back. You play, those kind of, you want to die by your sword. You're like, okay, that should be three at the back. All those kind of things. Then in football, you're playing three at the back and wing backs. Ideally, you should defend better. That's the idea of playing three at the back. You should defend better. But we are conceding silly goals. So I personally don't think moving forward or staying back defensively attacking, I don't think we've improved in any position. So it's time to just cut it.
That's the reason why it's just today that you're realizing that like
no. It's not today. So I would say I've never liked three at the back all the way from LVG's time. I wanted to give Amorim time because during LVG's time, my belief was our players were taught 4-4-2 in the academy, so it was going to be a struggle for them to change and adapt. Because we play ball now. I remember there was a competition we played, and I was playing left back. Truthfully, that was the first time in a serious game. I didn't know offside. I didn't know how to stay on how to not to break the offside trap. I didn't know, so I had to learn because I was always in the front. I was always like, okay, running forward and stuff. But that was the first time I would play a serious game where all rules were being applied. So all those kind of things, I felt that okay, they needed time to learn. Now, in this new generation, a lot of them were trained abroad. They were not trained in England. So I felt like, okay, three at the back is something that you can play. You have Euro, you have Licha, you have Mazurai, you have Dalu. All these players, internationals, they did not grow up in EPL or English academies. So I felt that, okay, maybe giving him time, the players would be able to play whatever he wants to play. I don't like it, but if that's what he wants, let him do it. But it's enough time, it's enough data, it's enough reason, enough range, enough yardstick to say, okay, enough is enough. So I didn't want to jump the gun, so I wanted that time. So that's why.
So let me ask you this. If he won today, would your opinion be the same or would it have been different?
So my opinion would have been slightly different. It would have been slightly different in terms of, okay, let's see what happens till October next season.
No.
Wow.
Slightly,
wow.
slightly. But today just confirms that, Although Chubby, sorry. 4 games before today, I'm like, what's going on? 4 games before today. Not the issue did not start. The game we saw today wasn't that just happened out of the blues. This was after we played 4 games before today. And I started like, nah, this guy, he has to go.
Can I come in? Can I come in, boys? Can I come in?
Since
Can I come in?
February.
Can I come in?
Go ahead.
So first of all, I'm sure everyone has heard of the WAEC controversy in Nigeria, Jam controversy. Olu, I so much
You
like
and
the
me, yeah.
questioning. Thank you. You should be the Jam chairman in Nigeria. Continue. That's one. But on a serious note, I think the thing with Amorim is 3 at the back is a very dangerous formation to play within the Premier League, and I guess in Europe in general, if you don't have the players one. But what has been saving this guy, because this has been a terrible season, but what has been saving this guy is that he's actually a very charismatic person. And I think that's what he has been selling to United.
This is
Charisma is he carrying? He's charismatic for anything, man.
No. With his interviews,
He's not.
with his interviews, he is.
I
Yeah.
won't lie.
How he only plays into like emotions of like, oh yeah, I'm the victim. Like he's not
That's
charismatic
charisma
for anything.
now. That's
That
the
Tell you
charisma. That's
charisma, man.
charisma.
Like
So
Ange is way more charismatic than that guy, man.
You
He does
We're
nice
not
voice,
comparing
and I
people now.
said it to Sean. Like he does a lot of nice voice, nice guy thing. Like
that's the charisma
like
of
everything is
Femi.
nice. You
That's
know,
charisma. That's the charisma now. That's the
I
charisma.
don't think that is charisma, in my opinion, man. Because I already saw it, man.
Okay.
I
Hold on.
saw that.
Wait.
Hold on.
Chubby.
Chubby want to say
I think
something.
there are a couple things that happen. Like, one, he is a bit charismatic. Whether but two, he's Portuguese. He's not English. If he was a basic English guy, people would have wanted him. Like, if this was Southgate with this result, everyone would be mad at him.
It'd have killed you.
And also, lastly, and this is not a joke, I say it on football Twitter, which is actually true. It's because he's actually like a handsome guy. That's why people are like,
What are you saying?
No, I mean,
No, what are you saying? Say it again, please. I want to be clear.
In this life, everyone has pretty privilege. Like,
Wow.
like, this is men, women. Like, trust me. Like, if you are good looking, people accept some more bullshit from you.
You think he's good looking?
People on Twitter think he's good looking.
Do you? I'm asking you.
The way today would have gone different for me is if he dropped his 3-4-3 and played like to our strengths. That's the only way I would have been like, okay, you know what? Maybe this guy is actually not as silly as I think. Well, I don't call him silly because again, I just don't think he's ready for this level. That's just a lot of these things are just not ready for him. I think all of them are good at smaller teams where they can control and like there isn't as much expectation. But when it comes to bigger teams where like you have to win and you actually have to sacrifice some of your quote unquote morals.
Yeah.
These coaches, that's where they get it wrong. Like, you know,
so I don't know. Sorry, I don't know if you guys have covered this today. Which is where I actually doff my hat to Ange. Because for the first time in the 2 years that he has been there, this guy actually went and played very pragmatic, conservative football. None of that gang.
That's what I said. We talked about.
Yeah,
okay, you guys said, "Oh, I apologize." Okay, yeah, but
okay. So they asked. They asked. I think they interviewed Bruno or something like that of that nature, and Bruno said,
the game or before?
"Oh, no. This was before. It was like, oh, part of the things that surprised Amorim was the smaller teams." And Bruno, I said Bruno did not tell him. Bruno said, "Why would I tell you? Do you think EPL is like other places? Like you didn't come prepared." Because he said, "Oh, he was shocked about how serious and how good the smaller teams are." Dude, there are no smaller teams in EPL.
Small teams there.
There are no smaller teams.
Minus the bottom 3.
And I mean, even the bottom 3, Leicester City just had a horrendous season.
Yeah.
But their quality is way better than what they did.
I think they forget, like, sometimes, no offense to other like Europeans,
but
a lot of them are like because of money in Prem. A lot of these players in other clubs are trying to get out of there.
Yep.
So when you're like in a team in Portugal that is like 17, 18, no offense, you don't really care. Like, so like there's not that much effort. Like, but even, like,
to add to your point, Chubby. To add to your point,
relegated.
Sorry, to add to your point, you have players in teams in other leagues in Europe like Italy, France that are their teams are third, second at times, and they actually want to come and play for bottom level teams in Prem just because cash money.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
More, yeah. So yeah. Go on, sorry.
So that's why, like, when he talks about, like, no offense, even when you brought up Frimpong's goals and assists, I'm like, they're a bit embellished because, like, again,
it's not the same.
Good. It's not the same. Like
no, but no. I disagree with that.
Came over and did well. I understand, like, there's obviously nuance. Obviously, and everything is like just straight up, like, because you're in a worse league, that means you're not as good. Because Bruno also came over from Sporting and our best player. Like, I don't know. It's just anyhow. Amorim needs to grow up. That's the biggest takeaway from a lot of these coages need to grow up. Arteta needs to grow
I
up.
have a second part.
Focus on the question.
So the second part of my question now is that, like, one, where does Man U go from here, right? That's, like, personally, like, for you guys, like, where does Man U go from here?
Are you asking us as a fan or as owner of the club?
No, as fans, like, just like, where does Man U? Because I believe, in my opinion, right, since I've been watching football, as Man U fans, this is probably your lowest, in my opinion.
I said it already. I said it. These are worst.
Yeah.
But sorry. Again, maybe I like to ask follow-up questions. So your lowest is what, 16th and no trophy, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Isn't it obvious?
No. Because Arsenal's lowest is actually 8th and no trophy. So I just wanted to compare that because you guys have been saying, I just want to emphasize.
What's your pick?
Chubby, hold on. You see, we're having a discussion, and the always have to bring Aston.
No.
And they will not say people are going at them. That people always want to go.
Like, I have serious questions, man. I'm not trolling. Like, I'm actually not trolling. It's only that is making me laugh.
It's part of it now.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm very as fans, like, where does Man U go from?
Let me answer the question.
Wait. The second part, before you answer it, the second part, where do you actually think Man U will go from here? Like, there are two
different... You're asking the same questions now?
No. There are two different things. I'm saying, like, one, as a fan,
where do you
guys go from here? And two, what do you think the club will actually do?
Yeah, those are two different questions.
As fans, there's little we can do. Like, you just have to just continue watching and pray to God.
Go and protest outside Old Trafford again.
Chubby, what do you think?
I think you should say what you think they should do versus what they would actually do.
Exactly. I don't know why he's asking that kind of question. Anyway, as fans, there's nothing you can do now. You can only watch
protest
and see.
outside. You guys have done that before.
Obina, I'm going to mute Obina. It's I'm joking here. I'm going to mute him. But yeah, moving forward as fans, there's nothing. You can only support your team. You can only wish them well. You cannot protest because protest doesn't do anything. What are you protesting against? Do you get what I'm saying? You can only shout at the players. You can only, for example, they're coming to US to come and play summer series. I'm not going to go and watch them. I'm not, because I was just joking to somebody today that if I go, I was just joking with someone that if I go, you don't hear that one black person run on the field. I'm going to go and tackle. Sure, that would be me. 100%. But as fans, there's nothing. But moving forward as a club,
to address that part, before you move on to as a club, like, what manager do you feel like they should hire? Like, what players do you feel like they should go after? Like,
Let me tell you something, Olu. Let me tell you something. As a United fan in the past 15 years, I generally do not like, and I still stand on this. Even your brother always say, "Oh, I don't like to answer that question." And I always say it. I cannot answer that question because, the players I want, I know our weaknesses and our strengths. The club is not taking down in that manner because there's no reason why, for example, you open your eyes and you go and carry Mount, you go and carry Dogu, you go and carry Mount, you go and carry Holland, you go and carry Holland. Like, it's baffling as a club. But yeah,
I think, like, there's always nuance to everything, because, like, someone like Højlund, I think that sometimes why it's annoying with transfer sometimes.
Great value Haaland.
No, it's not the amount you pay
God.
for it. Like Hoyland actually like was a decent talent. It's just we have not allowed him to develop. We've not played. Like I said, this is the same thing I was talking about it. Like we're buying players and putting them in positions where their best qualities are not
Not being honest.
like so like they now look like shit players. Sorry. They now look like bad players.
Don't worry, it's a censored. Sorry, it's a what's it called? Adult show.
They now look like bad players, and then they go to other places and flourish, or they at least look like decent players. I mean, even look at number 20.
Anthony.
That's it.
Anthony,
Elanga,
Anthony,
I mean, yeah, they go to other places where just platform these players and allow them to cook just allow them do what they are like, but don't put them in situations like I said. I brought up Casemiro last season. Like he's not best at receiving ball on the half turn and doing all of that, but ATH insisted that that's what he must do, and then he makes a mistake, and then it now looks like he's like.
He's a very bad
I
player.
just don't understand like that kind of reasoning. Like, why are you doing that to yourself and to the play? Like, I just don't understand it. Like, you're meant to hide their weaknesses, not expose them. Like managers. Like, why some of.
Let me ask you a question, Olu. When Ateta was at City, did you want him to come to Arsenal? When Emery was coaching?
Me? No.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Anyway, so
wait. To answer your question better, sorry, I wanted Emery out, man. But like, was Ateta the guy?
No. So I didn't ask the question if you wanted Emery out. I just wanted to know if you wanted Ateta to come.
No.
Regardless of what Emery was doing. Well, okay. So but what the club would do, I can tell you what the club would do, and we've said this many times on this podcast today. We're going to repeat ourselves again. They will allow the guys to stay till October, and they'll probably put the plug that it's not working. Or they will allow him finish the season because now we have new owners. I don't know how those guys are thinking really. New owners to the end. They will allow him finish next season, and if it's not working, they will sack him. But there are so many things going on in the club that I feel like next season is going to be worse. I don't know which United fans are being optimistic. I'm not optimistic. Regardless of what is even playing in on the pitch, what's being played on the pitch, regardless of what the manager is doing, the back room is horrible. It's very toxic. The news you are hearing are not good. You're cutting a lot of things that when the backroom staff, the people that are helping you do things like the catering team, the logistics team, the pitch person in charge of pitch and all those things are not happy. There's no joy in the club. A player comes in and everybody is down. You get there's no motivation. So that kind of seeps into all your culture. So I don't know how United is going to move forward. The mistake we made, we had the opportunity, but we've made a mistake, and we're not getting better. I'm not cursing United. The mistake we made was allowing those people buy our club. I'm not allowing the people that are supposed to buy the club. Yes, that's the mistake we made, and we will pay for it in the next 5 seasons.
The mistake you made was sacking David Moyes. The chosen one. That was the mistake.
Chubby, you were saying something
about that. Like, I don't even know, because I was actually more pro. Because again, I mean, we can agree to disagree, but like, I'm not a fan of like state-owned things. So like, I didn't really want. Even that Qatari bid, like, there are so many assholes that are exposed that like, fam, that Sheikh Jassi, the guy not be real guy. I think that guy is actually just like AI created. Like, I don't think he actually.
Sorry, Chubby. Question: you say you're not a fan of state-owned things, as in as state-owned clubs or state-owned things?
Clubs, my bad.
Okay, because yeah, okay, good.
Clubs, state-owned clubs. That's what I meant. Yeah, state-owned clubs. Like, I'm not like the biggest fan of that. Obviously, morality, and we can talk about West, and I don't like the whole argument, but like, I wasn't really like the biggest fan of the Qatari like takeover again. But again, like, there are also documents that are proven like they didn't even have like the money that they claimed they have, and also the plans they wanted Rio to be director. They were talking about like they just didn't make sense to me. Like,
who should be director?
They're talking about Rio Ferdinand being director.
Ferdinand. So even if it's questionable, Yeah, I'm sure the public could have been another person, another group that would have come.
Yeah, I
I
don't know.
don't know, but
I don't know. Like,
Ineos don't have good track record. So that's just a problem. They don't have good track record.
I mean, see, at the end of the day, like we said, they'll probably give him till like October. He needs to go and do some soul searching and wake. Because again, I just even saw a quote from Xabi Alonso, like that is going to Madrid, where he said like, "Oh, what worked at Leverkusen might not work here," and that is a smart man.
100%, hundred
Smart man.
percent. Because if he does the same thing in Bayer
They go
Leverkusen,
scam.
he won't spend two
Because like
weeks.
that is a smart man, but this our coach is so proud, and again, no, you haven't done much to be like, or even Pep that had tweaks a bit. This one you're telling me like he needs to like again.
Coconut head.
Yeah, he know the hear word.
It's Pep's first season. He had to adjust to second balls. He had to adjust quickly because he almost didn't make top four. He had
Yeah,
to
like
adjust that.
I
I
think
won't
like
make
this
top four.
summer he
Okay,
just needs to look at himself in the mirror and realize, okay, you know what? I
I
don't
know
have
the biggest issue when he actually does adjust, right? And let's say, take for example, it doesn't work. People are gonna like go hard on him, like, why are you adjusting now? You know?
no, Olu, no. Nobody. I personally, maybe it's just me. I would not fault
yes,
someone
trying.
for
No,
trying.
Yes, that,
not you, Sheon. No, it's obviously
Yeah,
not
bro,
because he's wrong,
destroy
but the
him.
media will go after him. Not even
Yeah.
because he's wrong, but they'll just go after him. Like that's just how it is.
Take for
like
example, if
Okay,
Ange did not win today now, the media will have destroyed him for that his quote that he said, despite him getting to the
but
final.
that's it.
Huh?
No. That quote is very questionable. It's something that you can get killed for
It's the
saying
same
that.
thing
But
as
You
what
get.
this guy said now
how
that he's
bad
not
is
going to
it?
adapt. It's very questionable. You could get killed for that. Exactly. Like, how would you, as a manager, come out and say like you are not going to change? You know?
Okay, so Olu, didn't the Ange Postecoglou change his style to win the game?
Yeah.
Exactly. He didn't what he needed. He did it. So, oh God, I'm speaking wrong
That's what I'm
English.
saying. If it
Amorim, now
works,
you
if
It,
it
this
works,
one, oh,
see,
Amorim.
he did what
if it works,
he
yeah.
needed to be done.
But if it doesn't work, that's what I'm saying. If it doesn't work, people are even going to go harder on him. If it doesn't work,
Olu, do you know what's funny? Olu, do you know what's funny? It's very, very funny. It shows that Angie is actually a crazy guy because all those games that he lost because he was opening his ass up and he said, "Oh, Angie actually said the same thing that I'm not changing my philosophy because that's how we know how to play football." He knows that his player strength is okay. If you want to win something now, he's very serious. Let's close up shop. So it's actually an indictment on him because you know this is what you need for serious games like
But
this.
but
Do you get what
wait,
I'm saying?
but I mean, I
Mm.
think of what use would it have been to show that his team was versatile enough in the league, given their position, right? So I think it was a master stroke from him because obviously everyone coming into the game, Spurs fans included, would have expected them to attack and play their open style of football, right? Because that's what they are used to. So I think it was a good look on him to be able to say, well, we can close up shop. And Klopp did a similar thing when they faced Spurs in the Champions League final. I don't know if you guys remember.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yes,
so
now.
so but if
Guy, when
if
he's
he had
serious,
showed no,
when he's
but I'm saying if
serious,
he had showed that he can bring that kind of he can play that style of football, Amorim too would probably, well, I don't know, but any sensible manager would have probably then also set that up as a possible tactic that they'll set up their team as a possible tactic that they'll face. But now that United did not know Spurs had that in them, they would not have factored in as part of the possible tactics they would face. You see what I'm saying?
Obina, are you telling me that if you're a manager of a club, you will not prepare for that kind of eventuality?
Um,
You won't prepare for that. You prepare for your player, one of the players getting red
Chelsea.
card. You prepare for when you have penalty during the game. You prepare for when you go for
not
extra
if
time.
I'm
You prepare for
not
when you
if
go
I'm
for
as stubborn
penalties.
as Amorim seems to be.
But see, just to wrap it up,
Okay.
this goes back to what I'm talking about love for the game just dying. Because back in the days, I don't say like the players also had to figure this thing out on the
On
pitch.
their
Like
own.
it's this
Yep.
match, like
Yep.
within nowadays, like it's
Everybody's
like
looking at their coach.
yeah,
Yep.
like my coach told me I have to run down this swing. So even though Now that wing is looking better for me. Oh. No, I must do I mean, and again, obviously, because if you don't do it, you don't play. You reduce your wages. So I don't
They'll bench you now.
exactly. So I can't really fault players too much. Although obviously some of them obviously have faults in some things, and like it's just like an annoying, like like I don't even know. The game is.
Anyway, thank you,
Like,
everyone. We've spent enough
Pep and
time.
all his fingers have broken me. They're all mad.
I'm sorry,
Yeah.
Chubby. I'm sorry,
Like, please, let
Chubby.
me not do the closing remarks, man. Closing remarks.
Oh yeah, closing remarks.
Glory,
Thank you.
glory, Man United.
What a
Thank you.
successful hit watch.
The one time I came
It's
on
good.
podcast
It's
show,
good.
this is how I was greeted.
You're always welcome back here,
What do you say?
Always welcome
Chief,
back
what
here.
do you say?
Podcast, we hate, not love.
There's no love, oh, my
Chubby,
G.
we love
There's just
you.
full of
We love you
hate.
so much.
This frame, and I don't reply your message anymore.
No, Chubby, you're always welcome back here. This is your family, so
I don't want to talk to you. I'm joking. Like I told you I wasn't like
no,
this.
you didn't have faith, but I know you'd have celebrated, so that's why I have to
Honestly,
make it pain you.
I want to celebrate.
Yeah, that's why I have to make
What
you guys
kind of
pay.
talk is that?
I have to make it pain you guys because
it's paining me, but like I would have always celebrated it for sure.
But he paid me, Shami. He paid me. I'm like, pay me. After the game, so before the game, I was watching comment. I didn't see. I didn't even. I was telling Olu, I didn't check the lineup. I didn't watch any pre-match whatever. I was watching comedy stand up. Then when the game finished, normally I usually go to work out. I just sat down like, what kind of life is this? What kind of useless thing is this? I was just staring at the TV. But somebody jam and say just go and work out. Like these people, they'll collect money, they'll collect their salary on Saturday. Just go.
These people
Man, see, guy, if I was in a pitch, if I was in the stadium, I probably would have cried because that means I traveled all the way for the two my parents was football.
No,
and
it
it's
was
not
actually a
and not
terrible
beat me.
match. It was actually a terrible match overall.
I'll have cried.
And it's
They
actually
didn't
beat you guys, what, 5 times this season? 4?
First 4 times.
You
Jesus
haven't
Christ.
won the
Beat us
last
home and
7
away.
games.
Jesus Christ.
You haven't won the last.
Yeah, beat us home and away. Beat us home and away. Beat us on neutral ground. It's okay. Anyway, thank you for everyone. So Obina, we have a summer series coming up. I'm trying to talk to some people. So I will talk more about it. But hopefully Chubby, hopefully your OKC boys, they will not disappoint you. Hopefully you guys will win it. But I don't mind anyone. I don't want the Indiana Pacers to win it. Indiana Pacers, but Indiana Pacers for what these guys that did to Giannis. I was irritated, man. I was irritated. Anyway, Obina, any closing remarks that doesn't concern United?
There's we have one more round of games in the Premier League this weekend.
Yes.
So we'll speak with you guys next week. Then we would have confirmed the other teams that would be in the Champions League with Arsenal and Liverpool. Obviously Manchester United. And Tottenham now. Obviously Manchester United will not be there. So
next week is Chelsea's turn. Next week, Chelsea.
Yeah, I'm there for Betis. Glory Betis. So next week, I think the main things to talk about are the Conference League finals, preparations for the Champions League finals, and then the English teams that will be in the Champions League and what their prospects look like. So until then,
when do you want us to do team of the season?
Next week we're doing team of the season next week.
That's a lot too, because I do talk about Champions League and we'll come and argue with us again.
I don't know. Actually, let's do team of the season the week. So the Wednesday after Champions League, because then, yeah.
Okay.
So okay, all right. Well, thank you all. I hope you guys enjoyed today's game. I certainly did. Talk to you guys next week.
Thank you, Chubby, for pulling up. Hopefully, you will come back.
We hope to see you back here next season.
I think I'll be back.
See next season.
Many more else to come for Man U. Many more else.
Amen, Pastor. Preach.
It's not.
Chubby is sounding down because of what nonsense they play. Anyway,
my good one MVP. You cannot.
SG. Anyway, all right.
Later, boys.
Bye. Glory United.